Alright guys, hello and welcome back. Let's play Broken Sword. Let's replay Broken Sword. I really hope you're enjoying the new way I'm editing these videos, as I've said before. It's been a lot of fun doing it. It takes quite a long time. I'm going to go with this kind of formula for a couple of LPs, and I'm going to do some LPs that aren't necessarily difficult to do, but just, make things easier. Let's go to the cafe. See what's happening over there. Oh, the digger's not back.
Hi there, remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Rather you than me, monsieur. That reminds me, someone's been impersonating you. Came sniffing around just after you'd gone. Bold as brass. He tried to tell me he was a policeman. Inspector Rousseau, he claimed. I didn't tell him I'd been talking to you, not hours before.
Thank goodness. Impersonating a police officer is a serious offense. A man with so little respect for the law must be desperate.
Mm-hmm. He was always stupid man. So, when...
I take a lot of showers.
Oh, very good, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, I do. It's that villain I told you about.
Shake my hand. Go on, shake it.
You're joking, aren't you? Nothing personal, but you've been mucking about down this sewer.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I can't say I do, monsieur.
Does the name Merlin or Gruber Electronics mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Ah, is it real? It must be worth a small fortune.
A very large fortune, I'd say. Do you know anything about it?
No, monsieur.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector.
So if we go down to the actual cafe, it's been boarded up, which is rather nice. I was playing the director's cut earlier, and if you go into the actual alleyway with Nico, a rather funny thing happens. And the pipe is broken away from the wall. I find that quite funny, actually, to be honest with you. I haven't done the. I could have done the director's cut. I just thought, you know what? I haven't done it on PS1, and I just wanted to play a PS1 game, just for I've done the original before. I did both the originals actually, on both 1 and 2, and I'm doing them again. So yeah. So we're going to go and discover 2 new places now.
It was Rosso's sidekick, Sergeant Moo. Excuse me.
Ah, Monsieur Stobbart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is our crime.
Yes, sure. Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his left cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the café?
Yes. I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Have you heard of a man called Marque?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Which hospital was Marque taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marque known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Do you recognize the man in
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the café. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing?
Hmm.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the café. The clown.
This man... Then... Hmm.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you, Sergeant?
That's a double-line Swedish with a crosshatch Bergman strike strip. Now, that's unusual. Pre-war Anderson hinging.
Really?
I haven't seen a reinforced Anderson outside of a private collection.
It's rare, then?
In this part of the world, yes. There are only 3 places these are made. Taiwan, Manila, and Slough.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
What are you going to do about Flap and Guido, Sergeant?
I'm going to bust them, monsieur. For years I have been hoping to pin something on that pair. Now's my chance. I'll show them, and the inspector.
Thanks, Sergeant. Thanks for taking me seriously.
I'm only doing my duty, monsieur.
Right, there's a funny thing you can do with Rosso.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
You can do this though.
Not really.
Right,
Is Rosso here?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. Stobbart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No.
Very well.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Doctor, my mind is a well-ordered, a mental no tricks, Marque, just as our muscles waste through inaction. But there is no need. If only people would learn to...
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pumped.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, investigations have been closed.
But
I have been taken...
what about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? You call me from my desk and you say it doesn't matter? I could have you arrested for wasting police time.
I'm sorry.
That's one of the funniest things on this fucking game for me. You call Rosso and he just goes, it doesn't matter. And you can make him angry as well. So if we go to the museum crew,
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistake. No. I am the deputy.
Forget it.
Come on.
No, monsieur. No.
Okay.
Go on, you little bitch. Go off and patrol.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No. Et no.
Okay. I beg your pardon. Are you André Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No, I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobbart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well,
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image...
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. The manuscript is being looked after.
In Paris?
Yeah.
Well, just...
I'm not so maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's... Maybe it was my imagination. Suddenly, this friendly historian had... Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the...
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in...
Lochman!
That's right. Do you know Pegram well?
Not really.
Oh,
I would have liked to talk to him in depth.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
all right. So we've got two places to go: to Montfaucon or to the hospital. And I believe I said I was going to go and do the hospital in the last video. In this video, so I'm going to do that, and I want to get the hospital done because it's not a long one, but it's just it can take a little bit of time. And from this moment on, if I need to skip talking I will do. Alright, so let's go to the hospital and get this out of the way.
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions looked like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint. There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance. I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
So I'm gonna get this really moved along. You can mess about talking to various people, but I'm not gonna do that.
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's
My name's Benoit.
Bunny.
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marque?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
See you later.
Right.
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, a little green... How may I...
Look.
So you're Marque has been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. Now, he was on ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's been... Oh, dear. He's on ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
What's so bad about
She runs that ward
keeping a well-disciplined...
well-disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything. I mean, 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a...
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is...
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find...
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator and turn left.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Alright. And I think we're going to finish that here, guys. We're just going to have enough time to go down this corridor. And I am going to finish that video here. I want to get to part 10 and then finish off this session once I do the hospital. But I don't want to do it in this one video. Because I feel like after the hospital, I'll reach a point in the game where it will be, you know,
As I turned the corner,
a decent place
I
to
saw
stop.
the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
And we will continue messing about with Mr. Shiny in the next video, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.